Back inside, there's a sizzling sound coming from the kitchen, as well as the delicious smell of cooking meat. Aspen and I enter to find Juliet frying bacon, as well as preparing the usual dishes. Is there not usually bacon?
That smells so good!
It should be ready before too much longer. Go ahead and sit down, and I'll bring it to you soon.
Okay.
We hardly ever have meat, so this is a rare treat. I used to have it a lot before moving into the library, even if I had to scrounge for it. Aspen and I take our places at the table, and soon Juliet brings all the food she prepared and sets it down. While Aspen and I both load up our plates and dig in, Juliet just nibbles on some bread and sips her tea contentedly.
You know, it's not fair that you always make us such good food, even though you can't taste it.
I don't mind. I'm perfectly satisfied seeing the two of you enjoy it.
Yeah, but you worked so hard. I guess there's no way around it though, huh?
Oh, right. You mentioned that to me as well not long ago. So is all food the same to you?
I can still taste things, but just barely. And I can appreciate the textures of different dishes too. But yes, for the most part, it's like an afterthought of flavor.
So, like drinking a flavored, sparkling water, then?
Awful. Just awful.
I've grown accustomed to it over the years, to the point where I can't even remember what things used to taste like. Perhaps that's a blessing in disguise.
We make short work of everything Juliet cooked, not even leaving behind a crust of bread. After helping us clean up, Aspen departs for the Bell House, and Juliet and I are left alone at the kitchen table. I'm glad that we've gotten more comfortable with silence, because I'm not totally sure what I should be saying or doing now. As different as things may be, we're still the same people. Even though I want to talk with and be with Juliet more, I haven't magically become more eloquent. It'd be nice if my magic did work like that, though. The best thing to do would probably be to just tell Juliet what I'm thinking. After all, it was being open about my feelings that got me to this point in the first place. No reason to stop now.
Hey, so I have a question about something Aspen said. She said that you and I are dating now. Is that true? I guess what I mean is, I love you, and you said you love me too, so now what? I know what dating is, but not how to do it, if that makes sense. You probably already know that, though. I just want to make sure I don't do anything wrong.
Juliet stands, offering me her hand. I accept, of course, and stand up as well. She takes my other hand in hers and faces me, almost like we're dancing again.
There is no wrong way. Dating, lovers, partners, they're all just words. I'm happy to use any of them, if they feel right to you. What matters to me isn't what we call it, but what we feel. And I feel that being around you reminds me what it's like to exist, and to celebrate being alive, and to find joy in everyday moments. That every second we spend together is more special because you're with me. When I say that I love you, I mean that I love you, Miho. Not just who you could be or who we could be, but who you are now. So please don't feel that you have to change for me or behave a certain way. Just being yourself is all that I can ask for.
My face feels so hot you could fry a slice of bacon on it. I'm not embarrassed, but Juliet saying all those things about me is so wonderfully new and exciting that my body doesn't know how else to respond. I like hearing them though, and it helps put me at ease.
Okay. I can do that.
Still keeping my hands in hers, Juliet leans forward and kisses me, making my lips tingle again. Pretty sure I could get used to this. But can it last? That question permeates everything for me. For the past couple of days, it feels like we've danced around the tension, the unspoken question. Is what we have, whatever words we use to describe it, enough to make Juliet want to stay here? Shouldn't expect one night to make up her mind, and I'm sure she'll tell me when she's ready. If the answer is no, though, if I do get used to this and to being with Juliet, then will there ever be a time where I'm ready? Once again, I force those thoughts away. The nature of our relationship has changed, but my goals haven't. No matter what's coming in the future, I want to enjoy these moments with Juliet now, and hope that there'll be enough for her too. Go to the park. Park is breezy today. Trees rustle and dance at the whims of the wind, and my hair whips around as well. Maybe for other people this would look picturesque, but it just keeps blowing hair into my mouth. I do my best to discreetly spit my own hair out without anyone noticing me, but the wind just seems to blow it right back at me, seeming almost insistent and malicious in intent. Honey, this is what fucking hair ties are for. Or headbands. Literally any of that. Unless I want to look even more silly, maybe I'd better sit next to a building for a while to let the wind die down. Wide open field of the park is working against me today. That's it. That's all we did. We went to the park and ate a bunch of our own fucking hair, and then we left. Oh, gosh. The first guests of the day are the school kids from last Friday. They enter one at a time, not struggling with the door this time. The girl I talked to before, Cello, comes over to the desk.
Good morning, Ms. Miho. Morning! How'd your project go?
Now wait a minute. Now hang on. Now wait a minute. You're not calling a fucking child every night, right? How did she... Wait a minute.
We're still working on it.
Some of us are. Some of us just want to wander around.
It's not wandering if you have a destination.
Around isn't a destination.
They remind me of Lena and Aspen. Cello sighs and rubs her face. She must have to put up with this a lot.
Well, that's why I wanted to come ask for Ms. Miho's advice again.
Again?
Yeah, have you met her before?
Okay, so we are addressing this.
What? She helped us just a couple days ago.
Pippa and Armand look at each other, puzzled. Even with her back to me, I can tell Cello is too. It even takes a moment for me to realize what's happened. How does it take you that long to realize? Dog, what are you talking about? How are you not instantly like, hey, hello? What? I've gotten so used to my friends remembering me that I didn't even think of how weird it was for Cello to remember too. Fine, I guess. I'm sure we haven't seen each other since the last time she was here, but she hasn't forgotten me. I couldn't even begin to guess why, yet somehow, as strange as it is, it just feels like another part of a bigger mystery instead of a life-changing event. Another question that I can't answer. Okay, well maybe ask follow-up questions so that you can perhaps answer the bigger question. God, where is your sense of curiosity and puzzle solving? I'd love to know why, but I could spend all day guessing and still not figure it out. I'm sure she wouldn't be able to tell me either. That's what fucking asking questions is for. I hate it here. So weird as it is, no use dwelling on it now, I guess. when Cello turns back towards me, confusion on her face. I just shrug and smile.
It's fine. It's just a thing that happens.
Okay, well, but this part of it is not a thing that happens, so maybe you should, I don't know, discuss. The young mermaid doesn't look totally convinced, but she nods all the same.
All right, if you say so. Actually, if it's fine with you, I had another question to ask.
Ask away.
Last time, you told me about your favorite place. Are there any other spots in Wellington that you like?
She looks back at her friends, who are both distracted by some of the library decorations.
We're having trouble settling on a topic.
Before I can answer, Armand flaps his wings excitedly, blowing a couple nearby books open.
What if we did our project on this library?
There are libraries everywhere, even Amarina. What's so special about this one?
Well, there was something special about it before with the whole honor system checkout thing. But, now that's kind of a moot point.
There are coffee shops in Amarina too, but you still wanted to go to one. Besides, just look around. This isn't a normal library.
Whoa, hey now.
Right, Miss Miho?
That's true, I guess.
Is it? Haven't been to many other libraries, but I'm pretty sure they don't usually double as houses like this one does for Juliet and me. Well, yeah, okay, fine, I guess.
Plus, we wouldn't have to walk around so much. What do you think, Cello?
I do like it here, but only if it's okay with you, Pippa, and with Miss Miho.
Pippa rolls her eyes but shrugs.
Whatever, as long as we get it done.
All three of them turn to look at me, their expressions varying degrees of hopeful. How could I say no to that? I try to think of how Juliet would respond.
It's okay. As long as you don't bother anyone or break anything.
We won't!
You're already going to bother someone if you keep yelling like that.
Oops.
Thank you so much. We'll be extra super careful.
No prob.
The three of them set off to explore the library, browsing the shelves and peeking into some of the display cases. I keep working on my daily tasks, but keep one eye on the kids while I do. True to their word, though, they're mostly quiet and not too rowdy, so they don't cause any problems. Sometimes they sit down at one of the tables to write and then get up to look around some more. They've been here for a little over an hour when Juliet comes downstairs and joins me at the front desk. I hop up out of my seat, pleasantly surprised.
Hey! I thought you were asleep. Not that I'm not glad to see you.
I should be, but I wasn't able to fall asleep. After tossing and turning for an hour, I thought I'd come and visit you instead. How's the library today?
Fine, same as always, pretty much. Those kids I told you about the other day are back. They asked if they could do their project on the library, and I said that was fine as long as they didn't cause any trouble.
I point to the table where the three students are sitting close together, talking quietly amongst themselves.
Oh, how lovely. I hope they're able to find what they're looking for here.
Me too. Something really weird happened too. Two of them, Armand and Pippa, forgot me like usual. But the mermaid Cello was able to remember my name from last time.
Really? That is quite strange. You haven't noticed or felt anything different?
Nope. I decided not to think about it too much. Otherwise, I'll just drive myself crazy.
You're driving me crazy with this fucking bullshit. You've gotta be fucking joking, man. You've gotta be fucking joking.
A sound decision.
What?
Still, it's something worth keeping in mind.
I nod. Just then Armand and Cello both stand up and start heading over to the desk while Pippa stays at the table.
Ms. Miho? Oh, and...
My name is Juliet. You must be Cello and Armand, right?
Does everyone here know our names? Don't tell me we forgot her too.
Oh, no, nothing like that. I simply heard from Miho.
Juliet's the one who owns the library. I think I mentioned her last time.
Oh, that's perfect. You see, we wanted to ask.
She blushes, looking a little embarrassed. Armand steps forward bravely.
Do you think you could show us around? I can tell this isn't an ordinary library, but I want to know more about it.
Sorry to ask for such a big favor, especially since you're already letting us work here.
It would be my pleasure. Miho?
Yeah, I don't mind. Juliet's a real expert, though.
Really? Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Shh.
From across the library, Pippa loudly shushes Armand. This time, he doesn't acknowledge her. Probably because she's just fucking cut her own argument out from underneath her with the loudness.
Where should we begin?
Our project is supposed to be on a special place in Wellington, so whatever makes this library special.
We can begin with the books then. I've been collecting them for quite a while.
Ah, yes, the books are the special part of the library. You know, things that not every library has. The four of us head to the shelves. Wait, why is Miho tagging along? I thought that the whole... Never mind. The four of us head to the shelves, where Juliet points out a few older books.
These are several first-hand accounts of life here in New Zealand, or Wellington in particular. Some are written by the indigenous people, the Maori, while others are by people who came later. It's important to read history from a variety of sources, and I've done my best to offer just that.
I love learning about the past. I can even tell you about the future too sometimes.
I quite agree. Every person from all walks of life have a perspective all their own. I've been privileged to learn so many of them.
What are these in the glass cases?
Gifts and treasures bequeathed to me over the years. I felt there's no sense in keeping them hidden away where only I can see them, so instead, I leave them here for all to witness and enjoy.
I gaze into some of the displays as we pass by them. I've been at the library for so long that I've stopped really noticing some of its features, like the treasures she mentioned. Statues, jewelry, dolls. There are all kinds of things that I've forgotten about. And yet, for some reason, none of those were the things that I was trying to steal at the very beginning of all of this. Juliet recounts stories for some of them, about sailors and merchants who gave her things in exchange for food or shelter, or just for company. Both the kids and I listen with rapt attention, while Juliet gazes off into the distance as she remembers the past. We eventually reach the end of the shelves, where Armand notices Cosette's painting on the wall. He runs over to it with cello trailing behind.
Who's this?
My daughter, Cosette.
She's so pretty.
Juliet smiles thinly. I glance anxiously between her and the students, wondering if I should try to move us along, but Juliet clears her throat.
Cosette is actually the reason this library exists.
Really?
Even I look at Juliet in surprise. I don't think I've heard that before. Yeah, you have? What are you talking about? We knew that. What are you talking about? We knew that. She definitely told us that.
Yes. She also loved to collect books, to the point where we could hardly fit them all on our shelves. She suggested that we allow others to borrow them too, in order to share the stories that we loved so much.
Oh, whoa. If I had enough books to open my own library, I'd never have to go anywhere again. I could just stay home and read all day.
What about the theater, or museums, or school?
I'd still go to places for fun sometimes, but who needs school when you've got so many books?
They both laugh. We move on to the back part of the library, away from the shelves. Juliet shows them the kitchen and dining room, as well as what it's like behind the front desk. Eventually, we reach the bottom of the stairs.
What's up there? Can we go see?
That's where our bedrooms are. And Juliet's office.
Oh. Can we go see?
Armand, that sounds like a private area.
There are some parts you can visit. I have a feeling you might enjoy seeing my study.
Really? Let's go!
Juliet leads the way and we all follow her into the study.
Whoa!
Yeah. Whoa. It's like a whole other library.
Just like I was, they're shocked by how many more books are crammed into here. Something rustles in the corner. Cello yelps with fear as she sees one of the bats hanging from the ceiling. It rubs its face with one wing like we just woke it up, which we probably did.
What is... Ah!
It takes a moment for Armand to spot the bat as well.
Oops! I'm sorry, Orpheus. I should have seen if anyone was sleeping.
The bat flaps its wings in what seems like an indignant way, glaring at Juliet.
Wait, it has a name?
The bats are Juliet's friends. They sleep in here a lot of the time.
Oh, I'm sorry for yelling.
Despite that, Cello keeps a good distance from the corner where Orpheus is.
It's quite all right. I'm sure he'll be back to sleep in no time. This is my study, where I keep a variety of records and other books that are less interesting to most patrons. However, I suspect you may find some of them useful for your project.
Armand and Cello browse around, although they both shoot nervous glances at the bat every so often. Orpheus closes his eyes and either goes back to sleep or at least pretends to.
You're right. Some of these look really old.
And handmade.
You're both correct. Many of these volumes were handwritten, or not widely distributed.
So not many people have read them, right? Oh, that would be perfect for our project.
I am not sure these are available to borrow like the others, Armand.
Oh, right.
His wings and tail both droop down. I feel like I know what Juliet's gonna say before she says it.
Generally not. But if you promise to be very careful, I wouldn't mind letting you take a few with you. So long as you return them when you're done.
Really? Well, we can definitely do that, right, Cello?
Yes! As long as it's really okay.
It really is.
Thank you so much!
The two of them look around with even more enthusiasm, to the point where they even get a bit closer to Orpheus. Not too close, though. Juliet and I lean against the wall and watch.
Is this the first time you've let people borrow the books from in here?
The first time in a while, at least. I don't see a reason to deny them, though. It's nice to see how excited they are by the prospect.
That's true.
After a few minutes, Armand and Cello approach us with a small stack of books each.
Are these okay for us to take?
Juliet glances over all of them before she nods.
Yes, that's fine.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks again!
Come on, let's go show Pippa. Even she'll have to be impressed by these.
Waving goodbye to us, the kids hurry off downstairs, being careful not to drop or damage the books they're carrying. Juliet and I stay behind, near the hallway to Juliet's room.
That was fun. I learned a lot, too.
I'm glad. It was nice to have a reason to indulge in those memories for a while.
You never told me you started the library because of Cosette.
She definitely did. She definitely 100% did.
I didn't? My. I suppose it never came up.
Like, I don't think she said specifically how it happened. Like, with Cosette having all the books and whatever. But she definitely told us that the library was, is a thing because of Cosette. I lean against Juliet and she wraps her arm around me. I should get back to work soon, and I know Juliet still needs to sleep, but I'm glad to have this extra moment together. There's plenty I still don't know about Juliet, but I'm looking forward to learning it. Nothing, nobody anywhere again, huh? I just gonna have to embarrass myself with eating more hair somewhere, I guess. An employee I don't recognize is working the counter today at the cafe. She asks for my name with a terse but polite smile and bags under her eyes. She must have come in early or something. I mumble my name for her absent-mindedly and walk off to find a seat. When she finishes preparing my drink, I hop up to grab it before she even calls my name, since there's nobody else around waiting for their orders. Best not to make her do any extra work. I thank her extra enthusiastically, hoping to impart a little bit of energy to her. Sit back down and sip at my drink without anything in particular to occupy my wandering eyes. What? Hold on. There's writing on my cup. She wrote my name as Miho. Yeah, probably because you fucking mumbled it, dog. Miho. I don't know how that happened, but it makes me laugh, so it's fine. After Juliet and I say our goodbyes for the night, I go up into my room to go to bed. But after tossing and turning for a while, I get up and put my shoes back on. Wow, we're both having one of those days, huh? Aside from Juliet, there's someone else that I've been thinking about a lot lately. Oh, come on. Do we have to? My last encounter with Silver didn't go so well, but it hasn't made me any less determined to talk to her, because apparently Miho is a masochist. It's not just because of my magic and what she might be able to tell me about it. It's because I also want to help her. I know that I can't tell her that outright, but every passing day that I spend with Juliet or with Aspen makes me more confident in my decision to stay around in Wellington. While I don't expect things to go exactly the same way for Silver as they did for me, I hope that maybe someday she'll want to change too. Since I'm still not ready to tell Juliet about Silver, I have to be extra quiet as I leave my room and go outside. Making my way to Mount Victoria doesn't take very long. Just like last time, I change forms and search for Silver's scent, walking on and following it through the forest. I eventually find her in two-legged form, sitting on a log with her back to me. For some reason, I'm surprised. I just assumed she spent most of her time as the fox, and also always immediately knew when we were trying to track her down and was going to not let that happen. I changed forms myself. Somehow I don't think she's noticed me yet. I'm not sure if I should call out to get her attention or what. I don't think she'd like being surprised, but there probably isn't any chance she'd be excited to see me regardless. Taking a step, I have my decision made for me. The snap of a branch under my foot gives me away.
Damn it.
Sure enough, Silver spins around, her eyes going from shock to annoyance when she sees me. She leaps to her feet in a fluid motion while I hold up my empty hands to show I'm not a threat.
Stupid dog. Learn to obey when you're given a command. I told you not to come back here.
Oops. Guess I must not have heard that part.
I didn't bother to make a plan for how to convince her to talk to me, since she has a tendency to mess up any plans I try.
Huh.
She snorts in derision and transforms as she turns back away from me. In a flash, she's taken off. This was a fucking stupid waste of time.
Not this time.
Oh, okay. I change forms and run off after her. She's tricky, not just fast. Wow, boy, the background being so blurry is really fucking with me. Not just fast, she also darts back and forth, weaving around trees as she tries to get away. I don't let her, instead keeping her in my sights even though she manages to stay ahead. The forested area isn't very big, but she backtracks so much that it feels huge. If we were in our other forms, I'm sure she'd be shouting taunts at me, her obscenities. Instead, it's gravely silent, other than the soft sound of our paws on the leaves and moss. Silver eventually gives up on trying to confuse me and instead puts on a burst of speed, pulling farther and farther away from me. Why is she so determined to run away? And why am I so determined to catch her? The first part isn't tough to answer, because running away is easy. I understand, because until recently, that was exactly what I would have done too. But the second part, it's harder to say. Push myself as well, trying to run faster like Silver. It's hard though, and my legs are already aching. Have to start relying on my ears and nose and not just eyes to track her. Suddenly I see her again, not that far out of reach. When she spots me, I can see her try to dash again. Only this time, she doesn't seem to be able to pull it off either. That's when I notice her limp. It's subtle, enough that I can only tell when I'm closer up to her like this, but one of her back legs is definitely giving her trouble. It's starting to slow her down. When it becomes clear I'm gonna catch her, she abruptly halts, transforming back in a flash. I scramble to bring myself to a stop and then change too, almost collapsing backwards onto the ground. My lungs feel like they're on fire, but I stay on my feet. Silver doesn't move, her back still to me, even as I see that her chest heaves while she catches her breath. She clenches a fist, illuminated by the light from her bead.
Why? Why won't you leave me alone? I've told you to stay away. Aren't dogs supposed to be good at listening?
I ignore her. I couldn't give her an answer she'd accept anyway.
Why are you limping? Did you hurt your leg?
Silence. Not that I was expecting an answer myself. But then slowly her fingers uncurl.
No, someone else did. Why do you care?
For the first time, there's less of a sharp edge to her words. For once, it sounds like a genuine question.
Because you exist, I guess. I've never met another Gumiho, but I feel like I know you. At least a little bit. We probably have more in common than you think. Or admit.
Pathetic.
I don't know if she's talking about me or not. Finally, she looks up and glares at me, staring right into my eyes. Not sure how I want to come across to her. Friendly, trustworthy, brave. Whatever we do have in common, she's also a total mystery. Even at my most alone, I was never as wild as she is.
Fine then, I'll tell you. Listen well, dog. I won't repeat myself.
Folding her arms, Silver turns her back on me and looks up at the stars.
The forest I called home belonged to man, as all forests do in their minds. Every day, to live was to be in fear of their cruel weapons that could tear you apart before you ever saw them. All creatures of the forest are prey to sate man's hunger for violence. I learned to run, for there was no other choice but death. To hide from their stinking horses and craven hounds. Survive. Yet, for all my running and for all my fear, one day, I too found myself fleeing for my life, slabbering beasts at my heels. There was a crack as one of their weapons rang out, finding its mark in my leg.
You know, for such a wild one who doesn't seem to want anything to do with society, you're awfully fucking poetic.
Despite the pain, I kept running for as long as I could before collapsing into the bush. I knew I was going to die, and there was nothing I could do about it. Nothing but quiver and dread, useless and pathetic. I thought I would choke on the fear. Instead, as the first of the hunters arrived, sadistic pleasure in their eyes, the pain in my throat became something else. In that moment, it transformed me. I was more than a pitiful fox. I became something greater, something powerful. In a flash, The fear came for them instead. They screamed the same way we foxes do. In agony and terror. The pain I felt was nothing compared to the euphoria of strength. It served me greater than fear had. And it was not only my blood that nurtured the forest that day. I knew that my wounds would heal in time, but that power would never leave me. They did, and it hasn't. Never again will I suffer a human to harm me, or anyone else.
Spinning back round, her eyes shine in the moonlight.
Never again. I told you before that we are nothing alike.
She's wrong. I can see myself reflected in her harsh gaze. It could have been her so easily.
Well, what is it, dog? Have you finally learned to hold your tongue?
Something about her finally clicks. Something in her words makes sense. The way she tells me so much, even as she tells me to leave. The way she keeps asking for my thoughts. She desperately wants me to respond.
I'm sorry. All of that stuff that happened to you is terrible. I can see why you hate humans so much.
Her eyes widen, then instantly narrow.
Oh, has a thought dared to enter that empty head of yours?
God, you are so annoying and, like, not in a fun way.
Yeah, I'd probably hate humans too if I'd gone through what you did. Even though I didn't, I still spent most of my life trying to avoid them. And everyone else. Everyone but one person.
I pause, waiting for her to interrupt me, but she doesn't. That's a good sign, right?
I also got my leg hurt by humans back then. Back when I was a fox, I stepped on one of their traps and couldn't get out. I also thought I was gonna die. But instead, my person set me free. Even though they weren't my person yet. And they put a bandage on my leg and helped it get better. I'd probably still have a limp today if they hadn't.
Silver scoffs, but doesn't interject.
Until I came here and met Aspen and Juliet, I thought my person was the only one worth knowing, human or not. I didn't want them to talk to me either. But now, I'm glad they did.
I search her face, trying to get a glimpse of what she might be thinking or feeling, but her expression is as stony as ever. I could keep going, but I'm not sure if it would be a good idea or not. I'm probably already wearing on her patience. Bro, like, quite frankly, oh wait, I think I can just save over this one. Get rid of that. Quite frankly, I don't want to talk to Silver anymore. She annoys me really badly with her fucking dog bullshit. Like, shut up, man. I want to tell Silver that maybe someday she could feel that way too, but also that's really fucking sappy and she would probably kick you about it. Hold myself back. I've said enough for tonight. Silver also stays quiet for a moment. She's probably trying to think of another way to call me a dog. Bitch is right there, man. Bitch is right there, and honestly, that would annoy me less than you calling me a dog.
Of course. Any dog considers itself blessed to have a master.
Can we just fight? Can we just fucking fight? Can we just fight? Please, can we just fucking fight? Even then, her words don't have the usual venom, but they're still really annoying. Seems like I gave her something to think about, if nothing else. What a fucking shocker. From the way she fidgets, I can tell we're getting near the point where Silver's gonna decide that she's had enough and run away. Before she can do that, I walk away. Just kidding, there's something I have to know, apparently.
Hey.
Good start. Good start.
What?
I never asked before. But what's your name?
You did ask before, and she was like, I don't have need for that. Miho, do you have fucking memory problems? She sneers, looking glad to have a reason to be disdainful again.
I have no need for one. If I wished to be known by anyone, they wouldn't use a name.
Yeah, I swear to God, we've had this conversation before.
Yeah. I used to be like that too. It's how I ended up calling myself Miho.
How clever.
Which is why I've been calling you Silver in my head, so I'll just keep doing that.
Pick something else.
Huh?
Too late. Her response is immediate. I'd been expecting a do as you wish. You're giving her too much credit with that one. Or I don't care what a dog thinks of me, but I didn't expect her to have an opinion on my choice. Even Silver looks a bit surprised with herself, like she answered without thinking. She quickly forces back a stoic expression.
I mean, do as you wish.
See, I don't think that that's what you would say, though.
If you tell me something else to call you, I will.
I don't care what a dog thinks of me.
Wow. Nose in the air, she turns away from me and transforms, bounding off into the shadows like always. This time, I don't give a fuck. She always has to make a show of how little she cares. Took me until tonight to understand that means she cares a lot. For as detached and disinterested as she tries to appear, there's still a lot of weaknesses in her armor. Once again, I didn't really learn much about myself or my magic from this visit with Silver, but still, I don't think this was a waste of time. That makes one of us. At breakfast, wow, it seems so dim. Oh, because okay. At breakfast the next morning, I'm still thinking about Silver and her story, how much it has in common with mine. I only half listen as Juliet and Aspen talk about a book they've both been reading. Instead, it's nice to just watch them enjoy being around each other. It's so easy to miss that when you're not looking for it. Of course, you can still miss out on other things. It takes me a moment to realize that Aspen is trying to get my attention.
Miho! Miho!
Shaking my head, I bring my attention back.
Up to Miho! Anyone home?
There is now. Just stepped out for a minute, you know.
Believe me, I know. I was just asking if something had happened to your bead. It looks brighter again.
We are charged by being close. Does that have anything? No, because I don't think that... Wait, did the last visit with Silver coincide with meeting Cello?
It does?
Oh shit, that'd be embarrassing if Aspen noticed to change before I did. Although that's not that surprising because it's like at a spot where you probably can't see it very well. Like you have to turn your head all the fucking way down, and even then it's like yeah, your face might get in the way. Tug my necklace away from me so I can see it. Sure enough, the glow is stronger than before. Still not as strong as Silver's though.
I swear it wasn't like that when I went to sleep.
Is it powered by the moon? Powered by transforming?
Maybe it changed overnight. Like your body, perhaps it needs time to process. Actually, I believe I learned something useful in that regard. I was able to get in touch with one of the curators from the exhibition you saw at Topapa. I mentioned the painting of a Gumio and asked if he knew anything about them, and he told me a very interesting myth. It says that not only is a Gumio's bead the source of her magic, But it also requires more magic to sustain itself. Most Fable take their magic from the underworld's source. But for those who don't come from the underworld, such as Miho...
It has to come from somewhere else.
Right.
We're all quiet for a moment as we all come to what I'm sure is the same conclusion.
The memories.
Oh, I was thinking from other Gumiho. Okay.
Yes, I believe so. Every time someone forgets about you, I believe your bead retains that memory as a sort of power. There was a second part to the myth as well. Once it's accumulated enough, the Gumio can take that magic and make it her own, becoming something even more than a Gumio.
Huh? Like a kaiju?
Something more? In what way?
A Chunho.
A what? Both of them look at me.
Pardon?
Chunho. I know the word, but not how I know it. As if Juliet's explanation unlocked a forgotten memory of my own.
That's what I'd be. If I swallowed the bean when it was ready. Tunnel. A sky fox.
What? I don't know what that means, but I know it's the next step in my existence. Your evolved form? More than a Gumio.
If you swallowed it. I suppose that makes sense, but it hardly sounds pleasant.
I mean, that thing's tiny. It's like the size of a pill.
It isn't.
Oh, okay. Removing my necklace, I inspect the bead yet again. Glow must be related to what Juliet was saying. That it's getting closer to being ready. I don't know if the rest of me is, though.
But why now? I don't think that many people have forgotten me recently. But it started changing so fast.
It's magic. Even as a boring old human, I can tell you that magic never works how you think it should.
Okay, well, there's gotta be some logic to it, though.
Not just magic, but also myth. Myths tend to have some roots in truth, but are incomplete or warped by retelling. Trust your eyes and your heart, not just what Aspen and I find.
Right. Besides, who knows how much farther it has to go? It could keep getting brighter and brighter for a long time. I've seen... I'll see if it looks any different this time next week.
I was about to mention Silver, but managed to catch myself. I want to tell Aspen and Juliet about her, but not yet. Not until I know her better myself. Bold of you to think that you'll ever know her better. Not until I can convince her to meet them. You are asking a lot there. Oh, you're crazy. It could take even longer for Silver to change than for my bead. Though now that I think about it, what does the brightness of hers mean? Her bead has stored even more magic than mine? Something about that doesn't feel right. It can't be just about an amount. It has to be something more. Wonder if she knows what it is. There's one more big question too. One more big what if.
If I do that, would it mean people stop forgetting about me? If my bead isn't there to steal the memories?
Okay, but if you do that, I mean, maybe Sky Fox is just you're still like you still have this form, and then when you change into a fox, it's just like a cool big fox or something. But I heard Sky Fox, and I was like, oh, a big fox up in the sky. Like, you're done down here. You're in the sky now.
That would be very nice, if so.
Indeed. I couldn't say, but I share Aspen's feelings, as I'm sure you do too.
Yeah, I do.
I lock the necklace back around my neck. The more I learn about my powers, the more conflicted I feel. I know Aspen and Juliet mean well, but it's just not something they can understand. Even though Juliet has magic of her own, it's entirely different from mine. The conversation changes to recent events at the library and Bell House, and none of us mention anything else about magic or Gumiho for the rest of the morning. Whatever's gonna happen with my bead, I have to figure it out for myself. Oh. Even though I'm preoccupied with thinking about magic, the morning goes by without any trouble. The library isn't very busy, so I finish my tasks quickly and then work on reading and writing. When I hear that... See, but then it goes back to, like, being dull. Like, it doesn't stay bright. So, explain that. Whatever. When I hear the door open, I don't look up, just call out a greeting because I'm halfway through a worksheet. Then something floats into the edge of my vision to get my attention.
Kirby?
The familiar fable twirls in recognition. Of course, Tommy is with him on the other side of the desk, but I don't see Gwen or Elijah.
Hi, me!
Hey there. What's up?
I'm looking for a super special book. Do you want to help me find it?
Here in the library? I haven't seen any weird bugs.
Nah, it's not in here. It's in the woods. It's a special butterfly where if you touch it, you turn into a butterfly too.
Okay, that sounds fake as fuck, dog. Tommy flaps his arms, imagining what it would be like to have wings.
I kinda like how I am already. Where's your mom at, though?
He frowns.
She's at her house. I told her I was gonna go, but I don't think she heard me.
Oh. Knowing Gwen, once she realizes Tommy's missing, she'll go on a panic looking for him. Doubt I could make him just go home, though. Guess that means I have to keep an eye on him.
Alright, I'll go with you. But I'm not gonna touch it if we find it.
Okay, but also I'm working right now.
Okay, yay! Did you hear that, Kirby? Me's gonna come with us!
Kirby flaps his petals just like Tommy flapped his arms. Put away my things, then follow Tommy out the door. Before I go, I send a quick message to Gwen to tell her that Tommy's with me. Eventually, we reach Mount Victoria. It takes a lot longer walking with Tommy than it would take me on my own.
So, how do we find this thing?
We just have to look for it. It's got bright purple wings like Kirby, so it should be easy to spot.
Where did you hear about this thing anyways? I let him lead me around the area while he checks all the flowers and plants that he can. We see all sorts of other bugs, but not the one we're looking for. I keep half an eye out for the butterfly, but also watch to make sure Tommy doesn't touch something poisonous or bitey by accident. While we're wandering around, I notice that the area we're in is kind of familiar. It gives me an idea.
Hey, Tommy. Wanna see something neat?
Are you gonna transform?
Is it a bug?
Nope.
Okay, I guess.
It's just oh, that's a lot more boring than if you were to transform. I'm sure that he would be like, that's sick. It's just a short walk to my den. The condition isn't great, and I have to tidy it up a bit so it's recognizable.
What is this?
It's my den. It's where I lived when I first came here.
Whoa.
Both Tommy and Gerby inspect my handiwork.
It used to be a lot nicer. Now it's kind of beat up.
I bet I could still fit in there.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, well maybe check to make sure that there's not some other animal in there at the moment. Tommy pokes around the entrance for a little bit, clearing away some of the leaves and other stuff that's blocking it.
Do you like your new home more?
At the library?
Oh, yeah. My old house was better, where I lived with Mom and Dad. Dad still lives there, but now Mom has a different place where she lives. I have to go there sometimes.
You don't like it?
I don't want to have two homes. I just want one with all of us. Me, Mom, Dad, and Gerby. Come on, I don't see any butterflies here.
We start walking again, but I don't let us get too far from the main path. Tommy and Gerby are still looking around for the butterfly, but I can tell Tommy's heart isn't in it quite as much. I don't have any experience with any of the issues Tommy's dealing with or the rest of his family, but I feel like I should at least say something.
You know, I'm kind of jealous.
Why?
Because your parents let you have 2 homes. I spent a long time not even having one home. I don't really count places like my den. That was just a place to stay. Until I moved into the library, I didn't have somewhere better. But you get to have 2!
What about your parents?
I don't have any. Not the same way you do.
My parents were just foxes, and I barely remember them or even think about them that much.
Even if they don't live in the same place, they both still love you lots, right?
I guess.
I'm not sure if anything I'm saying is helpful. I don't even know how to help Tommy, but I'm being honest, at least. What he has for a family still seems pretty good, even if it's not perfect. Also, at least, you know, his parents aren't trying to kill each other or some shit. In the end, we don't end up finding the magical butterfly. While we're still out looking around, my phone rings. Of course, it's Gwen. I tell her where we are, and she promises to be here soon. When she finally meets up with us, she doesn't even scold Tommy for running off, just gives him a hug and thanks me. As they go off back to her house, I reflect on what I said. Being a human is tougher than I used to think it was. What Tommy and his family are going through isn't something I can relate to. Get the feeling that Tommy is trying in his own way, just like Gwen and Elijah are. Whatever it takes, I hope they're able to figure things out together.